I found the receipt for my own Christmas gift in the trash, and it cost $0 because he stole it. We'd been together for 3 years. Money was tight for both of us, but my boyfriend Jake promised this Christmas would be special. He said he'd been picking up extra shifts and saving up for months to get me something I'd really love. I felt guilty because I could barely afford to get him anything, but he kept insisting not to worry about it. The weeks leading up to Christmas, he was so excited. He'd give me these little hints about my gift, saying things like, "You're going to love it," and "I can't wait to see your face." I figured maybe he'd gotten me that cookbook I wanted, or maybe some nice earrings from the department store. Christmas morning comes and he's practically bouncing off the walls. He hands me this beautifully wrapped box with a perfect bow. The wrapping job alone looked expensive. I carefully open it, and inside is this absolutely gorgeous silver necklace with a small diamond pendant, the exact one I'd pointed out at the mall 2 months ago while we were window shopping. I immediately start crying. This necklace was $400. I saw the price tag that day. I'm telling him he absolutely shouldn't have spent this much, that we needed that money for rent and bills. He just pulls me close and says, "You deserve it, babe. I wanted to give you something special for once." I wore it the rest of the day, feeling like the luckiest girl in the world. I kept looking at it, thinking about how he must have worked so hard to afford this. Later that evening, I'm cleaning up wrapping paper and taking out the trash. As I'm stuffing everything into the garbage bag, I see a crumpled receipt at the bottom. I pull it out thinking maybe it's the gift receipt in case the necklace doesn't fit right, or I need to exchange it for a different style. That's when my stomach completely drops. The receipt is from the same jewelry store. It lists the exact necklace with the style number and everything, but the total at the bottom says $0, not $400 marked down, not a discount or coupon code, just $0.00. My hands start shaking as I stare at it. There's no explanation on the receipt, no store credit or exchange or anything that would make sense, just the item and $00. I go back inside and find Jake on the couch watching TV. I ask him calmly if he has the gift receipt for the necklace. He tenses up immediately and says no. He must have thrown it away. I hold up the crumpled paper and watch his face go completely pale. The next 20 minutes were a blur of excuses. First, he said it was a pricing error. Then he said his cousin worked there and gave him a discount. Then finally, when I wouldn't let it go, he admitted the truth. He stole it. Just walked out of the store with it in his pocket. I felt sick. I ask him how he could do this, how he could put me in this position. He gets defensive, raises his voice, tells me I'm being ungrateful, says he did it for me because we couldn't afford it otherwise and he wanted to make me happy. I tell him that's not love. That's a crime with my name attached to it, that I'm now wearing stolen property and could get in trouble. He actually calls me materialistic for caring about how he got it, instead of appreciating the gesture. Says I'm being dramatic and that everyone steals from big corporations. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I took off the necklace, packed a bag, and stayed at my friend's place that night. He sent me 30 texts calling me selfish and ungrateful. 2 weeks later, there's a knock on my apartment door. It's 2 police officers. My heart is pounding. They ask if I'm Jake's girlfriend and if I received a necklace from him for Christmas. Turns out he'd been stealing from that mall for months. Not just the necklace, but electronics, clothes, expensive cologne, all kinds of stuff. He had a fake employee badge he'd made and would walk out with merchandise like he was just going on break. Mall security finally caught him on camera and tracked him down. They found photos on his phone of me wearing the necklace, which is how they connected me to one of the stolen items. I had to go down to the station and give a statement. I showed them the receipt, explained that I had no idea it was stolen until I found that paper. They believed me, thankfully, but I still had to turn over the necklace as evidence. The necklace I'd loved so much, that had made me feel so special, became Exhibit C in his theft case. They said I'd never get it back since it had to be returned to the store eventually. Jake ended up pleading guilty to avoid jail time. He got probation, community service, and had to pay back everything he stole. I never spoke to him again after that day.